Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Ricardo Pena, and in this video we're going to be going over the final section of the prayer. We're finally here. The bad news is that it's kind of a mouthful. There's a lot to say. This is the longest part of the prayer except for Surah Fatiha. But the good news is that it's very repetitive. You're kind of saying the same thing twice with a little tweak, so it's going to be a lot easier to memorize. Basically, this part of the prayer is you recite it after you do the tashahhud. So when you do the tashahhud, you're saying, declaring your shahada when you raise your right finger in the sitting position. And then, instead of getting up to continue to the next unit of prayer, the next rak'ah, you would, if it's the last unit of prayer in that particular prayer, then you would remain seated after the tashahhud, and then you would recite this section of the prayer. And then after this section of the prayer, you finish the prayer with the taslim, which is when you say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, to your right and to your left. So this section of the prayer is called Salawat Ibrahimiyyah. And basically, it's where we ask Allah to send prayers and blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the same way that prayers and blessings were sent upon the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So there's two statements in this section of the prayer, and they're pretty lengthy. So the first statement is Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama salaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidum majid. The translation of that is, O Allah, send prayers upon Muhammad and the followers of Muhammad, just as you sent prayers upon Ibrahim and the followers of Ibrahim. Verily, you are full of praise and majesty. The second statement of Salawat Ibrahimiyyah is almost identical to the first statement. So this is what makes it easier to memorize. The only difference is, instead of using prayer, we use blessings. In the first one, we say, Sali ala Muhammad. In the second one, we say, Barak ala Muhammad. So there's the salah and the barakah. The second statement is, Allahumma barak ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Kama barakta Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. Innaka hamidum majid. And the translation is almost identical. It's, O Allah, send blessings upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, just as you sent blessings upon Ibrahim and the family of Ibrahim. Verily, you are full of praise and majesty. Now, the Allah Ali Muhammad, Allah Ali Ibrahim, sometimes it's translated as followers, sometimes it's translated as family. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy there. So, not sure if it's the same or not, but either way, the main concept is that we're asking Allah to send prayers and blessings to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the same way that was sent to Ibrahim alayhi salam. So, given that these statements are rather lengthy, I've split them up, each statement, into 3 different parts. So there will be 3 videos, 3 memorization exercises for the first statement, and 3 memorization exercises for the second statement. So there will be 6 videos in total. And once you get through this, you're pretty much done through the entire prayer crash course. So I'm excited for you to get there. Let's get on to the next video, inshallah. I'll see you then. Assalamu alaikum.